Costco, and
We are live on Facebook.
Thank you.
For Lyft ride,
Live
you'd
on
assume
YouTube.
that they knew that they were gonna pick you up from Costco, and we see our driver. I know it's him. It's the same car, it's the same license plate. I wave to him, and he literally does this, keeps driving, and cancels the ride.
No!
Yeah,
All right.
we got rejected.
Did you get truly shamed?
We got truly shamed.
From Costco today.
We are officially
It's 'cause it was-
live on all three.
It's because it was passion fruit. That's why.
It's true.
It's not all Trulies. It's just the tropical fruits.
Exactly. I don't know. I still don't know why, but I was like, why did that feel bad? That felt personal.
All right. 58 seconds, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you, Al. All right, everybody feeling warmed up? Feeling ready to go?
Ready?
Yeah, sure.
Laura has
Awesome.
her fighting hand.
That was a very confident.
Solid answer.
It's just odd. Normally it's silent at the beginning of the cold open. It doesn't lull a minute and a half in.
30 seconds, Chris.
Keep talking.
30 seconds, Al.
Did my earring pop out?
No, not Sarah's screaming.
Goodbye.
Uh-oh, it's
Sierra.
gone forever.
She said goodbye. No, it's around my apartment. That's a problem for future Sierra.
Well, you never know what the prizes are on the show. You might be winning a replacement tonight.
Just one, though.
Oh my God.
We can't afford
Just
both.
one earring. We're
10
on a
seconds.
budget.
That's okay, we only need the
10
one.
seconds, Al. Thank you very much.
And 5.
All right, well, if you're going to find your earrings, now might be the time. Otherwise, we got to get this thing rolling. And do you know why? Because it's Tuesday night. You just threw a load of masks in the wash, and you're still really bummed that you had to cut your trip to Cancun short. This is quarantine. You can make as much noise as you want. It's the opening.
I like that we chose to all be silent and wave our hands in the air like children.
Oh my.
If only they could see. Well, they can see you now, though, so it's totally okay. Welcome, everybody, to Quarantine, the game show that proves that 6 heads are better than 1. I am your host, Chris Iannucci, and I am so thrilled to be with you here tonight on yet another fantastic episode. And what an episode it is going to be, because we have dueling podcasts who have turned off their mics and turned on their webcams, and they are here to show you their true faces and compete for trivia and improv dominance. And let's meet them right now. Up first, joining us from Chicago, Illinois, we have the cast of Blank City Nowhere. And tonight, playing on Blank City Nowhere, give a big wave for the folks at home. We have Brooke, we have William, and we have Ryan. Blank City, how are y'all doing tonight? You guys feeling good?
Yeah.
Chris, we're
Well, we all know Brooke is. That's fantastic. All right. Well, good luck to you tonight. And we'll let's meet your competitors this evening, your fellow contestants, also based out of Chicago, Illinois. Tonight, they are the cast of Please Make This. And joining us, we have Sierra, we
Hi.
have Hobart, and we have Laura. Hobart, getting one ready, put one in the chamber. All right. Please Make This. How is your evening going so far? Please Make This.
It's okay.
Very well.
It's okay. All right. Well, two out of 3 are chugging Trulies tonight, so I think that's 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Let's see if we can get a sponsorship by the end of this episode. But of course, truly, there is nobody more important on this show than the man that I am about to introduce to you right now. He is the man behind the curtain, the beast in the bunker. He is our tech guru, my brother, Al Iannucci. Please welcome him to the show.
What's up, Chris?
And Al, how's it going, my friend?
It's going fantastic. How about you, buddy?
I'm good. I feel like I would be better with a cool, crisp, delicious, truly hard cider.
You know what? I just drank the last of my 12 and I'm ready for the show. You know, I just feel so refreshed. Not bloated
Truly,
at all.
you have to have 12 to
Do you know
really
why?
go
It's
perform.
because it needs.
Well,
it
that's why
needs
they
just
sell them
the-
in 12 packs, you know?
Yeah, it's a single serving. All right, well, Al, thank you for everything that you do on the show, and we will get back in touch with you later on.
Good luck,
But,
teams.
let's get the show started. And to start the show tonight, we actually have a very special surprise for our audience and for our contestants. We've been getting a lot of fan mail sent to the show, and we don't normally get fan mail, but it's all coming from one particular person, and he is just so excited and enthusiastic about what we do here on the game show, and he's written us enough times that we thought that we would make a dream for a #1 fan come true. And so tonight, before we get started, I'd like to introduce to everybody watching at home, coming to us from, let's see, Stumford on Campfordshire, England, it is immunocompromised Carl. Please welcome immunocompromised Carl to the show.
Immunocompromised Carol! Oh, I'm so excited to be here! I've seen every episode of your show. I think what you're doing is amazing! Oh, the way you're social distancing, keeping each other informed about immunodiseases and whatnot.
Well, Carl, we're just so thrilled to have somebody as enthusiastic as you on the show, and you sent us like 78 fan letters.
Yeah, well, I'm holed up in my own shell. They don't let me get out much on the part of my immunocompromisations.
Well, you know,
I my life to you.
Well, then we just appreciate the love, and it's our hope that well, letting you do a little something special on the show later tonight is just something that will make your day, make your dreams come true. So,
well, thank you. It means the world to me.
All right. Well, thank you very much, immunocompromised Carl. We will check back in on you in just a little bit, but let's get the show started. And speaking of show, for those of you who have never seen our show before, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. We know you're going to have a great time, but let's run through the rules for you and our contestants really quickly. Here's how this game works. In front of me, I have a series of lovingly handcrafted, chiseled from marble trivia questions that I have designed for our contestants here this evening. Now, at the beginning of each round, I will tell the contestants their question. If they get the question right, they get the points. If they get the question wrong, or if they run out of time, it means that the opposing team has an opportunity to steal for half the amount of points. Make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Now, along the way, we also have some bonus games and a few little doodads thrown in between to kind of shake up our contestants a little bit. And also, we have a few moments throughout the show where we're going to be relying on you, our audience, for some suggestions, starting right now with our first audience suggestion. So here's what we need from you, our viewers. We need a suggestion of an activity that people do around the neighborhood, something that you would see regardless of COVID, quarantine, just in a day-to-day circumstance, any time of year, something that you would see people doing around the neighborhood. Get those fingers moving. Get those words going in the chat, click send, and we've got some people watching along to take your suggestions for something that we're going to do a little bit later on in the show. Now, let's get started with our first round of trivia. This is round 1, where all trivia questions are worth 100 points. Stealing gets you 50. Now, it was a very important and historic day in the world of science last week when the Mars rover Perseverance successfully touched down on a crater on the red planet's surface. Now, it was sent a few days ago. It did take some time, but fortunately for us, the first data cache from the Mars rover was sent back to NASA, and we got the first glimpse of a few things that have never been seen before on the Mars planet's surface, including the first full video of the Mars rover actually touching down successfully, the first ever recorded audio transmitted from the red planet's surface, and also the first confirmed case of coronavirus. So all these 3 things, very important. But this isn't the only time that we've ever sent something out into the reaches of space. So we're going to ask our contestants some questions about some other stellar bodies that we may have launched out there ourselves in a category that we're calling Out of This World. So this first category, all about things that mankind has sent into the stars. Now, we flipped a coin before we got started tonight, and like City, you are going to be getting the first question of this category. Y'all ready for this?
Might as well be.
All right. Enthusiastic. Let's do this. Okay. Your question for 100 points. With a diameter of just under 2 feet and weighing only 184 pounds, this object became an instant sensation during its 3 weeks in orbit, with amateur radio operators nicknaming it the beep heard round the world. What am I talking about?
Sputnik is the first thing in mind.
184 pounds.
But I'm gonna guess.
And again, I can repeat any part of the question for either team at any point during the game.
Thank
I'm stuck on 184 pounds. What weighs exactly that?
Yeah, a satellite, maybe.
All
I don't know anything about satellites, so I would believe it 100%.
right, we want to just bet it all on that. Hope for the best.
As someone who, for some reason, started looking at the space race for no reason about a week and a half ago, I'm gonna put my eggs on Sputnik.
Maybe it'll be saving
You
grace.
threw William a week ago, so we're gonna go with Sputnik.
Sputnik is your final answer? Thank God you went down that rabbit hole, William, because Sputnik is correct for 100 points.
Hell yeah.
Thank you,
All right.
USSR.
Yeah, right? Moving over
The show is
to...
brought to you by the USSR and Truly.
And Truly, we're getting a co-sponsorship. Over there, it was called You Must. You Must Sparkling... Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you're the
Please make
Canadian.
this.
Truly, comrade.
It gets funnier, trust me. All right, please make this. This is your question for 100 points. In 1977, NASA launched 2 probes with the sole purpose of taking pictures of the entire solar system. However, just in case anything did come across a wayward satellite in the furthest reaches of space, each also had attached to it a golden record, complete with music from around the globe, and a map of how to find us. What was the name of the space mission?
Oh,
I
know this one. I know the thing.
Yeah, it's a positive word. You know, like it's
I have
like
no
like
clue.
hope or exploration, or it's not like maybe the wanderer.
hope.
It's not
Wanderer.
hope. I feel like it's like
Woodstock. I don't know.
The Gary Busey.
Something in the
Yeah, the Gary,
70s.
it's just they had to
The
rate-
Gary.
They drew a lottery number. Its name is like Ryan.
Jeez, I have no clue about y'all. It could be like hope or like groovy exploration.
Exploration. Voyage. I want to say
Voyager?
Voyager, but that might also be a Star Trek thing that I have misremembered.
But Voyager,
But like also that Star Trek would have been popular at this time, so maybe it was Voyager.
Voyager struck something in me. Let's try it.
Okay,
Okay, we'd like to say
I trust that.
Voyager.
Voyager is your final answer?
Sure.
Well, you know what? That is a correct final answer. It was known as the Voyager 1 and 2 space probes.
Oh my god, good job, Howard!
Nice
Homer's
job.
witch.
Please make this. All right,
And I
Blank
didn't
City,
even
this one
look at
goes...
Wikipedia once last
Not
week.
once. All right, Blank City, this one's yours for 100. In 2001, the International Space Station got a very special delivery when the Russian Space Agency struck a deal with this fast food company and spent around $1 million to have a meal flown out to Russian cosmonaut Yuri Usachov. What was the fast food company that made the delivery?
What fast food company doesn't care about Russia? They were willing to go toe to toe with them.
It's 2001. Whose heyday was 2001?
Enron. No.
Love their burgers.
They were great at that. They burned them all. I mean, I can only think of Mickey D's, really.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's McDonald's, but are we being fooled? Do they want us?
Who else is there? What other fast food chain has like $10 million sitting around in 2001?
That's
Yeah.
true.
That was a wild year. It's like McDonald's, or maybe some foreign food chain. Maybe it was a Russian food chain.
No, yeah, it's gonna be like Comrade Sparky's
Yeah.
subs, and no chance.
Comrade Burgers.
Comrade
Sputnik
Burger.
pie.
Yeah.
They,
Sputnik.
they don't. Maybe our only answer.
Gorbachev fried chicken. I don't know. I think McDonald's is like probably the best bet.
You must brand sparkling alcoholic beverage.
Plus, yeah, they're sponsoring the show. They're
You
sponsoring
It
Yeah.
came.
We have a few more seconds for you, and then I will need an answer from you.
we wanted to trust the second most prominent American Ronald.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, McDonald's, please.
Unfortunately, Blank City, McDonald's is not the correct fast food chain, which means please make this. You could steal for 50 points if you could name who made the delivery to the ISS.
I mean, Burger King would be the first.
That's the one
place
I've been thinking of. Because I don't know what else it would be, because I feel like it wouldn't be Taco Bell. Or
This
like
is,
something
this is
like that.
before Wendy's got all sassy and
I don't
started
think
doing
it would
weird
be
promo
like
stunts.
Nando's either.
Yeah, like I think it'd have to be
No one's
like.
flying a Subway sandwich out of the solar
It
system.
definitely wouldn't be
space.
Arby's, so don't even get me started on
They
that.
do Jackbox and then they all get like E. coli.
Chick-fil-A sends some sort of anti-gay message into space.
Oh yeah.
Should
Well,
we
it does
just
sound
go
like
with
something they
Burger
would partner with the Russian government to do. But do you guys what do you think, Burger King or?
Yeah, let's just do it. I don't know what else it would
All right,
be.
maybe they sent a Whopper to space.
Final answer is Burger King.
Yes.
Unfortunately, please make this. It wasn't Burger King either. If you're gonna get delivery, it's gotta be pizza. Pizza Hut
Oh,
sent the first fast food delivery into space. They sent.
The stupid pandemic made me forget that people don't have Burger King delivered to
Pizza
them.
Hut is still a thing.
Relatively,
you know?
remember 2001. There was no Grubhub in 2001.
Oh, Pizza Hut.
This is the most
Pizza
I've
Hut.
felt
They sent-
myself being rewritten by the quarantine.
Wow. They sent a salami and extra spice pizza out to the
Why?
ISS,
Salami
which must have been
They didn't
It's-
have enough
it's
diarrhea in space.
yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, so no points awarded to either team, but that means that we all learned something, which is fantastic. So,
I
going.
got you.
Sorry, this one stays with. Please make this. This is your question for 100 points. Launched in March of 2009, this orbiting observatory, named after a 16th century astronomer famous for his planetary laws, was designed specifically to identify Earth-like planets that are outside of our solar system. By the time of its decommission in 2018, it had discovered 2,400 of them. What is the name of the telescope?
Is it Hubble?
I'm thinking Galileo.
Galileo would be my because
Oh,
Galileo
yeah.
is an astronomer.
Then yeah, I trust you guys. I don't know anything about space.
This also is a subject I don't know a lot about either. But
I don't either, but I have a feeling that it was Galileo.
Yeah, and I don't think Hubble was anybody popular. That was just a telescope, so that's where my head was
Who's
at.
this Hubble nerd?
I'm
Hubble
a
was just like
representative
it was
for
always
the
written on the
team.
telescope when they got it. There's like I guess we'll call it the Hubble.
You just carved
Everyone's like,
his
this
name
isn't
with a
gonna be
penknife.
fun.
Yeah,
I was like,
Hubble
this
was
isn't gonna be
here.
fun. That's like the only thing I feel like I remember from my social studies classes is the Hubble telescope.
Wow.
And then that we all fixed racism with those black and white photos of Martin Luther King Jr. That was it. That was social studies.
They have got to fix public education, y'all.
But yeah, I trust you guys. Let's go with
I feel
Galileo.
like I should know way more telescope names.
Right? I should know so much more.
Well, I think Galileo's going to be where we go, where we land.
Galileo's your final answer?
I think so.
All right. Unfortunately, Galileo is not the correct astronomer, which
Fuck.
means blank city. You can get 50 points if you can name the telescope named after a 16th century astronomer.
Okay, well, it said something about planetary laws. So is that like who makes laws? Mr. Newton is all I can think, but I don't know when he lived or if he was considered an astronomer. So
Yeah, I don't think that's his claim to fame. So Newton,
I know.
Nostradamus. What are we feeling? What are we feeling?
I was like, that was the big one. God.
Jesus.
Was Pizza Hut a 16th century philosopher?
Ryan,
Can we-
who else did you throw out?
Can we hear the question again? Can we get
Yes,
the-
absolutely. Launched in March of 2009, this orbiting observatory named after a 16th century astronomer famous for his planetary laws was designed specifically to identify Earth-like objects outside of our solar system. By the time of its decommission in 2018, it had discovered over 2,400 of them.
Thank you. Okay, so the time period was the thing that I missed the first time. So when William said 16th century, I was like, is that right? I feel like that's earlier than Newton was kicking around.
I would believe it 100%.
Okay,
So
give me a few more seconds, and then I do need an answer from you.
Copernicus is the other name of an astronomer I know. Do we
That's what I
want
was thinking. I was like, who's the guy who's like,
Yes.
yeah,
to?
Copernicus.
Copernicus to the moon.
Well,
Copernicus is your final answer?
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, it's not Copernicus either. His name is Kepler, Johannes Kepler, but it's the Kepler,
Oh, that guy.
the Kepler Space Telescope.
That makes
The big
sense.
guy up
I
there.
just know his dick was small. Listen.
we're just a bunch of dumb podcast people.
I thought his dick was so tiny that he only got a telescope named after him in 2009, but who's counting?
It's not a race, okay? It's it's a
I
marathon,
mean, it
not a
was in the
sprint.
60s. It was.
Podcasters
was,
have
yes.
long had a conflict with astronomers. That's just,
That's true. The age-old beef of podcasters v. astronomers, and Neil deGrasse Tyson somewhere square in the middle. All right, last question of the
He's
category.
like Blade. He's the daywalker between us.
question of the category. This one stays with Blank City. This is yours for 100 points. In 2018, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk once again combined science and douchebaggery when he successfully launched a Tesla Roadster into solar orbit, complete with a David Bowie-inspired mannequin driver. What name did the Tesla engineers give the driver?
It was either the SS, I'm so happy apartheid gave me emerald money, or it was the founder that actually founding the company. One of those two. What do we actually
Brian, I defer to you as the Bowie expert on this one. I would.
I'm like 90% sure it's Starman, but if anyone feels like that's not right, please tell me.
I would have no other.
I won't fight you unless it's something like Major Tom.
Yeah, I don't think it's Major Tom.
I don't think it was the Dancing in the Street, so I would defer to you.
It's Fame, William.
Genie, yeah.
Anyway, sure.
Okay, we're gonna try. Oh God, I'm scared. I have a pit in my stomach because I've had this same certainty every time I've gotten a question wrong. But
I think Ryan, I need an answer from you.
Starman.
Ryan, sometimes you got to trust your gut. It's Starman for 100 points.
Wow.
Really missed opportunity to not name it Major Tom. That's the David
Right,
Bowie
that
song
seems
character
like
that goes to
cooler.
space.
That seems like the obvious one, right? Yeah, but unfortunately it was Starman, so that means great job, Blank City. You just got 100 points. Well, that's the end of the first category of trivia, but that is not the end of round one because we have one more thing prepared for our contestants, and we're going to play a little game. Now, obviously, we send the probes to Mars because we're looking for, signs of life. Right now, they're looking for dried up riverbeds, looking for fossil evidence of, microbial life and things like that. But wouldn't it just be a little bit more fun if we got up there and there was just a whole bunch of people just hanging out? So we thought that we would take this opportunity to give our contestants a chance to draw what some of our neighbors to the very, very, very far west of us might look like in a game that we're calling Meet the Neighbors. And here's how this works. Now, everybody playing tonight, you all have something that you can draw on that you can show to the audience through your webcam. And we asked our audience for suggestions of things that you would see people doing around the neighborhood. Now, we're going to give each team their own suggestion from the audience. And you're going to be responsible for drawing an extraterrestrial doing said neighborhood event, whatever the suggestion we give you is. But here's the kicker. You're going to have to work together to draw one alien. Now, whoever is at the top of the screen, and on Blank City, it's Brooke, and on Please Make This, it's Sierra, you're going to be drawing the head. Now, for William and Hobart, you're going to be doing the abdomen of your space alien, which means you're going to be drawing from the neck down to the waist, and whatever kind of appendages happen to belong anywhere in between there. And then Ryan and Laura, you will be drawing everything from the waist down. So we're going to give you a suggestion, and the three of you in tandem are going to each design an alien. Make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So
Nothing's ever made
Al,
more sense.
What was our first suggestion from the audience that we can give?
So they decided that something that people would do around the neighborhood is to snoop on their neighbors.
Snooping on neighbors. All right, Blank City, that one is going to go to you. So you're going to be responsible for drawing an alien with whatever you imagine it might have that helps it snoop on its neighbors. All right, now, Please Make This. What is your suggestion going to be?
So I'm going to let you decide, Chris. I was torn between these two, either plowing snow or jogging.
Oh, we're going to go with jogging for sure. We all know there's no snow on Mars. All right, so we got to make this realistic. We're a fact-based show. All right, great. So Blank City, you know your positions on your alien, and you are going to be snooping on your neighbors. And Please Make This, you are going to be jogging. So we're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. We're going to give you a chance to start your drawings. When I say pens down, you're going to show what you've got to the camera, and we're going to see what these aliens look like. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ready? 60 seconds on the clock, Al?
Yep.
Ready, and go!
And they're off.
And they're off. Let's see if they can remember who's got what going on. Although I guess if it's an extraterrestrial, it could have two heads.
Chris, if you were going to another planet and wanted to see them doing something on the planet that you didn't expect, what would it be?
Oh, I would say watching old reruns of American sitcoms.
American Gladiators specifically, I think would be great.
I think that would be great, especially because I'd imagine that
30
they'd
seconds?
be looking at 30 seconds, everybody. They'd be looking at whatever was going on, and they'd just be saying, I could do that so much better. Why can't I be on that show? Like every living being that watches that show.
But really, I would have been way better on that show than most of them.
I think everybody else agrees.
10
as well.
seconds, Chris.
Yeah. All right, 10 seconds, everybody. Hope you got your stuff together. And
5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's pens down, everybody. All right.
Yeah.
So when I give your team the opportunity, hold up whatever you have as close as you can to your webcam so that they line up as best as possible to the audience that's watching at home. And then we're going to show them what you've got, and we're going to give you as a team a couple of seconds to quickly describe what you got going on. Keep in mind, 2/3 of your team have not seen what you've drawn yet. So let's start with Blank City. Blank City, hold yours up to the camera. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, no.
All right, Brooke, what's going on with that head?
Green.
They're born with sunglasses, so no one can see what their eyes are looking at, and giant ears, so they can hear everything when they're snooping, and their mouth does not open. Listen instead of speak.
Awesome, fantastic. William, what do we got going on in the middle there?
Because Mars, I think, has like higher gravity than Earth does. Them some muscle boys. They got some. They stack. He's real slow. And he got a big magnifying glass for the eyes that I assume would be in other parts of his face over there, and a claw hand and 3 nipples. Because why not?
That is awesome. Why not, indeed? All right, well, let's see if he skips leg day. All right, Ryan, what do we got here on the bottom?
Because Mars is also quite cold, there's a generous thick layer of fur for those outdoor stakeout sessions, and there's also a lot of these like waist level appendages of extra eyes and ears to be snooping from various odd angles for maximum espionage around the neighborhood.
Fantastic. All right, well done, Blank City. Let's move over to Please Make This. Let's see what you all have for us prepared right now. And hold them up. All right. Awesome. Let's start at the bottom here. Laura, you want to describe what's pitter pattering
Yeah,
over there?
I would love to talk. We're jogging on Mars, and as you can see, this is a man with a lot of tentacle legs, but unfortunately they've imported jogging shoes from the U.S., so he can only get a pair. You can tell how fast he's going by my little speed dashes on either side. And also his tentacles are getting tangled because he's just going too fast.
Oh, no, too fast. He
Yeah.
bought those shoes at Costco. He probably could have gotten a deal on
Yeah,
multiple
they're
pairs.
not the best for his arches, so he really needed to go to a specialty store.
Fantastic. All right, awesome. And Hobart, what's going on in the middle here?
Sorry, I'm just obsessed with getting it to line up with everyone's on the feed. It's really fun. So this is my middle part. I imagine that any society we encounter in space is going to be more technologically advanced. So I have decided to highlight that jogging on this planet does include jetpack usage. And also they have Fitbits that play them music as they go. And I imagine the arms and the neck are very skinny because they've kind of evolved past fitness, and it's sort of more a performative ritual of societal's expectations than anything.
Good job,
That makes total
Hobart.
sense. All right, awesome job, Hobart. And let's take a look at the top here. Sierra, what do we got?
Okay, so we have 3 eyes. And in the middle eye, the eyelashes are growing straight out of the eyelids, and it's so painful. And he's not having a good time. He's sweating, but because it's so cold, the sweat is immediately turning into vapor. So this was taken before it was turning into vapor because it's so cold. And this eyelid is down because he's not having a good time. He looks like he's zonked because the runner's high just gets to you quicker here.
Mm-hmm.
That's, as if running wasn't difficult enough, and then this has to happen. All right, well, great job, both teams, and I think you both did a fantastic job drawing some aliens. But it's not up to me; it's up to our audience at home, and they're going to vote on which team they think did the best job with their alien. And here's how you vote: if you think that Blank City did the best job with their alien, type the number 1 into the chat wherever you're watching us from, and click send for a vote for Blank City. If you want to vote for Please Make This, type the number 2 in the chat and click send. So get on there, vote for which team you like the best. We're going to tally up the votes, and then when we find out who the winner is, we're going to give that team an extra 300 points. So there's some points at stake here. Make sure you vote. But in the meantime, while we're counting those votes up, we are going to take a moment for a quick break from one of our very wonderful sponsors.
Hi, I'm Tommy Spears. You know, every day in America, women have to face thousands of urinary tract infections, and hundreds of those are faced by Rebecca Schramm alone. For just $5 a month, that's 69 cents a day,
That's not right.
you can provide Rebecca with antibiotics, cranberry extract, azo, and love. And if you'll Venmo a donation to the handle at the bottom of the screen in the next 30 minutes, I'll send you a photo of anything you want. Really. You request it, I'll take the camera out, I'll find you something. Something real nice. Please, donate today and be an angel to a helpless Rebecca.
I don't have a UTI right now, but I could later.
And we're back. Please donate today. You can really make a big difference. Well, a big thank you to our sponsors. And as we get into round 2, did we get a vote from our audience on who did the best aliens, Al?
We did. The votes went to Please Make This.
All right, Please Make This. Congratulations. You have just scored yourself 300 points, which by my counting at the moment, and Al, please back me up on this, I have Blank City with 200 points.
Correct.
And I have Please Make This in a slight lead with 400 points.
You got it.
But as I said before, we're about to enter into round 2 where the point values are doubled, so it's still anybody's game. But before we do that, we're going to need some more help from you, our audience. We're really putting you to work tonight with our next audience suggestion. Here's what we need for you to type in the chat for us. 2 things. The first thing we need is an interesting place where you would like to go on a date. An interesting place to go on a date. Get as creative, as weird, as whatever you'd like with it, but just someplace fun to go on a date. And then our second suggestion, we need a person, a place, or a thing. A suggestion of a person, place, or thing. For those of you who have been to elementary school, it's a noun. Give us as many weird nouns as you can think of. Doesn't matter. We need a bunch of them. So just type a few nouns into that chat bar and click send. And we're once again going to choose some of your best suggestions for a game a little bit further on down the line. But up next for our next category here in round 2, for those of you who are single at this time, who are trying to, navigate the dating world in the middle of coronavirus, first of all, it's hard out there, all right? And best of luck to all of you. But we've recently found out that there is a new dating term that has just jumped the list on the lexicon. It's called Fauciing. And it's the newest term to hit the dating pool. Now, while it sounds like something that you would do with a can of Lysol and a very long straw, what it actually means is you would be keeping away from people. You wouldn't be dating people who don't take social distancing practices seriously. Apparently, it's enough of a concern that it has made the top list of terms that people look for when dating somebody on a dating app. Well, Fauciing may be a new term, but there's a few terms that are out there that maybe our contestants do or don't know, but we're going to take a second to educate everybody here on some dating terms in a category that I'm calling love language. And here's how this works. Now, this is a little different than our usual trivia. In front of me, I have a series of 12 terms that are used in the dating scene. These are modern terms that have been popularized in the last 2 or 3 years that have to do with dating. Now, some of these are real and some of these are fake. So I'm going to give each contestant individually a dating term, and you're going to have to tell me whether or not it is a real dating term or it is something that I made up. There are 12 of them total. Each contestant will get 2. If you get it right, you get your team 100 points. Make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. So we're going to start off with Brooke. Brooke, your first dating term. Tell me if this is real or if this is something that I made up. Your term is called spearfishing.
like it could be real because it could be those people who hold up the fish in their pictures, and maybe that's what you're after. But I don't know people who are specifically looking for them. I'm gonna say fake.
Oof. Brooke, unfortunately, spearfishing is a real thing, but it's not what you were thinking of. Spearfishing is when you target somebody specifically through their Instagram posts to get on their level with something that they like. So if somebody's really into camping, you specifically only put up posts of you camping to get that person's attention. It's called spearfishing. All right, well, you got one more coming, so maybe the next one will be better. I know, well, you gotta want it. All right, please, let's go over to Sierra. Sierra, this one is for you. Please tell me if this is a real or fake dating term. Cushioning. Real or fake? Cushioning.
It feels real, and honestly, I know you said to keep it PG-13, but it feels like it has something to do with pubic hair.
So your final answer is?
Real.
Well, you're half right. It is real, but it isn't what you think it is. Cushioning is when you are dating somebody, but then you are also flirting with somebody on the side as if you're keeping a seat warm for them. Hence cushioning. There's probably another name for what you're thinking of, but we just don't have it on the show right now. So that's 100 points.
Not yet, you don't.
I'll drink PG-13.
I'll drink to that too. What's up?
Woo!
All right, 100 points for please make this nice job, Sierra. All right, let's go over to William. William, this one is yours. Please tell me if this is real or fake. Instabland. Is that a real or fake dating term? Instabland.
That's a lot of words. Just say basic. So.
Yeah.
I ain't so much on the social medias, so I'm gonna say fake on that one.
William, you're right. I made that one up. So that is 100 points for Blank City. All right, let's go over to Hobart. Hobart, can you tell me if this is a real or a fake term? Cat baiting.
I mean, this feels real because I can imagine what it is. I don't think it's a pubic hair thing. I think it's.
Come on, you guys.
We don't talk about pubic hair enough as a society.
Or as a podcast, really.
That's true.
I don't want to spoil it, but we're trying to come up with Patreon content right now, so there's going to be a whole thing that subscribers can listen to if they want. So we don't want to ruin it now. It's for paying customers. But Hobart,
I'm gonna go real
or fake?
I'm gonna go real.
Hobart, I made up cat baiting. That's not a real thing. So unfortunately, no points awarded. But
that sounds like something that I would fall for if someone put a bunch of pictures of their adorable cat. I'd be like, yeah,
we can make cat baiting a thing. We just have to agree on what it is first. All right, let's move over to Ryan. Ryan, this is yours. Tell me if this is real or fake. Benching.
Well, Christopher, first I gotta say that Blank City Nowhere is at a real disadvantage because none of us have been in the dating pool for several years, so we're kind of fighting an uphill battle here. That being said, I think benching is real. I feel like I've had students mention this before, so either they've made it up on their own, independent of you, or it's real.
Ryan, I do my research. Benching is a real thing. It's when you openly tell somebody that you're not hanging out with them, but you're holding out for a better match. That's benching. Ooh. So that is correct, Ryan, and that is 100 points.
No, that's called bad.
That's rude. That's
rude.
That's called cruelty.
Yeah.
At least it's honest. Is the best I can come up with.
Man.
All right. Well, anyways, last for the top of the category. This one goes over to Laura. Laura, can you tell me if this is real or fake? Your term is called Sherlocking. Sherlocking. Real or fake?
God, and I'm in a committed relationship now, but for a while I was in the dating game. And I'm gonna say it's real. I think it's real.
Laura, it ain't real. I made that one up, unfortunately, so no points awarded there. But that's okay, because we're going to start the order over again. Everybody's going to get another chance for another 100 points. So let's start again with Brooke. Brooke, can you tell me if this is real or fake? Curving. Real or fake? Curving.
It sounds so real. But maybe I'm being fooled.
Isn't that what romance?
That That is the dating pool in a nutshell.
I'm going to say real because it sounds like something like little fratty boys would say.
Brooke, it is real for 100 points. So great job there. Curving is when you very gently turn somebody away. So the idea of like you're going in for the kiss and then you turn the last
Is
time.
it?
No.
That's up for debate. It's
It's
subjective.
Mm.
I can just say what the internet tells me. That's all I've got. All right,
The
but
internet.
that is 100 points for Brooke. All right, please make this. Let's go over to you, Sierra. This is yours. Real or fake? Sierra, stashing. Stashing. Real or fake?
It's fake. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second.
Well, you may not believe in stashing, but stashing is a real thing, Sierra.
What?
It's when you. It's
Does
when
that
you.
have to do with pubic hair?
It does. It has a lot to do with pubic hair. It's short for mustaching. No, it's when you intentionally keep somebody that you're dating off of your social media posts to hide the fact that you're dating that person. That's what stashing
Huh. You do learn something new
You
every
Please.
day.
That's
Yeah.
called
is.
being
Truly.
We're all about spreading the
I
infotainment.
I've already forgotten the name of that telescope person, but I'll remember all of these forever.
All of these. This is the real
Yeah,
knowledge that we need to bring.
It's unfortunate that we're retaining more of this than we are of all the space history that we were just taught.
It was the pube telescope.
It's all fun. All right, William, this one is for you. Tell me if this is real or fake. Your term is called love bugging.
Mm. That sounds venereal. It's I'll say it's real. I'll say sure.
Unfortunately, William, this one is made up by me, so no points awarded there. But great job though. All right, let's go over to Hobart. Hobart, this is yours. Tell me real or fake. It's called flame baying.
Is do you say flam? Do you say like flambeing?
It's a play on flambeing. It's flame baying. B-A-E-ing.
Oof, this is both sounds dumb enough that it could be real or fake. It doesn't sound. It sounds okay. It could be something incredibly specific, or complete bullshit.
That's why he's good at this.
I know.
And I've done
It
my
was
job.
the last time we played. It's been this time we played.
No, I can do
I've
this.
done my
I can do
job.
this. Okay, I'm gonna say. You know what? I'm gonna believe in a weird world, and I'm gonna say it's real.
You were better off thinking it was dumb enough to be
God
fake
damn
because
it.
I wrote it. No points, Howard, unfortunately. All right, Ryan, this one is for
It's
you.
when you
Tell me
like
if this
someone
is-
so much you want to light them on fire. What?
Right. It's when you slowly roast your significant other behind their back. Flame baying. All right. Ryan, please tell me if this is a real or fake dating term. It's called submarining.
Now, if I was really smart, I would have been counting cards this whole time, and I would know whether this was real or fake. But unfortunately,
Oh, you wouldn't have known that. I got a
It's like,
system.
I don't do numbers, thank you.
Numbers are fake.
I can't count.
He's bad at math. That's why he's a comedian.
Real bad at math.
I'm gonna say submarining is real, and it's when you stay off social media for long periods of time, and you occasionally come up to say we're still dating, and then you go back away.
Ryan, it is real, and you are actually incredibly close to the truth. It's when you are when you either break up with somebody or you ghost somebody, and you don't talk to them for a long time, and then you pop up suddenly after being silent for a while. But very similar idea, and also right answer. So that's 100 points for Blank City. Great
Good
job.
job.
All right,
Better
last
than
one of the
whaling.
category. Last one of the category. This one is for Laura. Laura, is this one real or fake? It's called ostriching.
Gotta be a pubic hair thing.
Gotta be. It's, you know, in a way, aren't they all pubic hair things? I just want to go on the record and say that all of these involve pubic hair in one way, shape, or form.
Are we not all mammals?
Are we not? Are we not? I'm gonna say it's fake.
Laura, it is fake for 100 points. We can figure out what ostriching is later, but all right, great job. And so
I'll tell you when you're
great
older.
job,
Pubic hair thing.
both teams, right? We managed to just narrowly navigate those waters of maturity. And right now, looking at the score, I actually have the teams tied at 600 points apiece.
Correct.
So great job. You have closed the gap. But we still have some more trivia in this round. And as I said at the beginning of the show, our super fan, immunocompromised Carl, he has been just dying to get out here and do something special for all of you. And I won't delay him any further. So please, ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome back onto the show, immunocompromised Carl.
Hello, it's me. The show has just been fantastic, Chris. Oh, it's a pleasure to be with you all. Is it all right if I ask him a few questions?
Carl, the floor is yours. Please do as you will.
Well, I see it as I'm on the internet now, and seeing as my pictures in all sorts of medical books, you might call me somewhat famous. So for my category, I'm going to ask you all about famous bubbles. All right. So my first question goes to Please Make This. You ready for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Purchased from a Texas research facility, Bubbles quickly gained international fame. Who owned this famous mammal?
Mammal?
Mammal, mammalian creature.
Could you repeat the first part of the question again,
Yeah.
Carl?
Purchased from a Texas research facility, Bubbles quickly gained international fame. Who owned this famous mammal?
Okay, so who owned the animal, not what was the mammal?
Oh, I think I know. I think that might be the name of Michael Jackson's chimpanzee.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
I think it's Michael Jackson.
Is there any final answer?
Final answer? Final answer, please make this.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Yes.
Michael Jackson! He's still
Hooray!
alive! 37 years old! Bubbles, a chimpanzee! Okay, well, on to my next question. This one goes to Bright City. The astonishing cinematic masterpiece, Bubble Boy, was released in 2001. What actor plays the title role in this spectacular film?
Ryan, who is it?
It's
What?
Isn't it John Travolta?
I don't know.
It's like my bet. My first guess was David Spade, but I don't know if it was real or if it was supposed to be taken seriously or no.
You're right. I'm thinking of a different movie about a bubble boy. That was not. Sorry. It was a movie where John Travolta was immunocompromised. No, I think it is David Spade. I think Williams is right. Yeah.
Great.
Is that
Take
your
a
final
final
answer?
answer.
Yes, David Spade.
Well, unfortunately that's not it, but hey, that just means Please Make This gets an opportunity to rebuke.
Guys, I know this. I know this.
Wait, what?
This is one of the first movies I rented at Hollywood Video as a young girl because my parents did not care about ratings at all.
What
Jake
would you
Gyllenhaal
emphasize?
stars in Bubble Boy. It's not a good movie, but it's also a great movie. There's a great karaoke scene where he wins $500. Jake Gyllenhaal is in Bubble Boy.
Wow.
I'll go with it.
Yeah.
Well, it is the perfect movie, the best movie ever written, and it is starring a Jake Gyllenhaal. So I'll give you some points for that one at least. Well, this next question goes right back over to Please Make This. Please Make This. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. In 2020, the National Basketball Association developed the NBA Bubble. This created a living facility where players were forced to live in isolation to prevent the spread of COVID. Where was this bubble located?
Disney World. It's in Disney World.
Oh, so Orlando.
Yeah,
Right?
Orlando, Florida, Disney
Okay,
World.
because I knew Florida. I did not know the city. But Orlando? That sound good? Sierra?
Yeah.
No.
Say
Well,
for
how
answer.
specific do you want it, Orlando, or is it Disney? Do you want like a specific facility? Like, can I ask that?
I would take either the city or the facility.
Got it. So it's Orlando, Florida, at Disney World.
Nice. Zip code.
Well-
Give the zip code.
I'm gonna give it to you. It is Walt Disney World, but it's in Bay Lake, Florida, right next to Orlando. I'm still gonna give you
Okay.
it because
Thank you. Thank
Boy,
you
that's
for
splitting
your
hairs.
compromise, Carl. We
you
appreciate
get the
that.
question right, and you get the points.
Matter to Carl.
All right, this one goes back to Blake City. Blake City, you ready for another doozy?
Sure.
Okay. All right, hit it. In the past year, the Center for Disease Control has been campaigning to teach people how to correctly wash their hands. Now, according to the CDC, for how long should you scrub your hands with soap and bubbles?
I believe it's 20 seconds.
I
Because I
also-
think it's as long as 2 happy birthdays. You say sing happy birthday to yourself twice.
Is that going to be a final answer?
Well, what do we think, William? Any?
Are you
Added-
second me?
No, I'm second guessing me.
Okay.
I would go with 20. Yeah.
Yes, I believe it's 20 seconds or 2
I knew-
happy birthdays.
Yeah, no, it was like a several amounts of happy birthday, which is how we measure time at the sink.
Final
The
answer.
calendar year is on happy birthday.
Final answer, and it's a correct answer, that it is 20 seconds and 2 happy birthdays. Yeah. All right, this next question goes right back over to Please Make This. The famous GameStop financial bubble has taken over the news lately. However, the first recorded market bubble appeared in 1636 in the Dutch Republic. What was the product that caused this bubble?
Tulips. Those tulip bulbs.
I trust you.
That makes sense for Dutch. Yep.
Is that a final answer?
Netherlands.
Yes.
Netherlands, sure.
It is! It's a tulip bubble!
Good job,
It's
oh my
tulip
God.
mania.
For what?
What an answer!
You
What
were
an
no
answer
second
that
guessing.
it
You
is.
just knew it.
All right. Well, this is the last question of the round. Blank City Nowhere. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay, then. The most famous bubbly drink in the whole wide world is Coca-Cola, originally named after 2 of its main ingredients, cocaine and what?
At oh god, I don't remember the name of the little bean, but it's a little bean. Whatever the little bean's called.
Is it like a, what is it, like a cacao bean?
Cacao bean? Is that
Or
what it is?
something of that nature?
Cola bean? Cacao bean?
Yes, something. I think
When
it is
you
that.
Beans.
It's like it's just a bean. Yeah, I think it's not cocoa, but it's like it's like God, something that has the hard sounds my mouth doesn't like making.
Is it? I mean, I doubt inspiration's gonna strike us in the next like 30 seconds. We want to just
A
like.
cacao bean. Is that right? I don't know.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not the cacao bean. Oh, bother. Well, please make this. You've got some time to think of another answer that might be correct.
I am pretty sure that the thing is called a cola nut. Kola. It's a kind of nut. Like a
Again,
nutmeg
I
kind of
trust
thing.
you. I don't know how you know this or
Over,
think
could you
of
use
this,
it in
but
a
I trust
sentence?
I ground
country
the
of origin.
cola nut so that I could.
you. And put it in the Coca-Cola?
Yeah, trust you.
Is that your
trust
final
you.
answer there?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
it's the correct answer. It's a cola nut.
Oh, yeah.
That's right where it came from. Oh, you've just been fantastic. I've been watching this show for so long and I wanted to come on and it's everything I could have ever imagined. Thank you,
Well,
Chris.
don't get. Take it easy. We're thrilled to have you on here, immunocompromised Carl. Just don't get too excited. We know how it agitates your system. So,
It does,
but
I'm a bit agitated right now, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go.
well, all right, we'll roll on out of here, immunocompromised Carl. We will be in touch. Thank you again so much for coming on
Thank
tonight,
you,
and really,
Carl.
you're an
Thank you.
inspiration to all of us. So thank
So
you all
brave.
so much.
So brave.
So brave. Thank you to
I am going to
immunocompromised Carl.
miss him.
Chris, I just gotta say, we've come a long way.
We really have. The show really has grown in the almost year that we've been doing this. All right, well, great job to both teams. And so looking at the scores right now, Al, please back me up on this one.
Yeah.
I have Blank City with 800,
Correct?
and I have in the lead, please make this with 1,400.
Correct. Yep.
But we can close that gap with our next game. Now, we're going to combine the last 2 categories that we just had in a little game that we have prepared for our contestants. We asked our audience for some suggestions about a place that they would like to go on a date, some interesting place that they could take someone on a date. And then also, we needed just a bunch of nouns. and we're going to put our contestants to the test and see how good they are at coming up with excuses in a game that we're calling Word Bubbles. And here's how this works. Now, each of you, again, is going to need something to write on that you can show to the camera. Now, we're going to take the audience suggestion of a place to go on a date, which, Al, was?
A water park.
A water park. Okay, fantastic. So you're all going to get asked to go out on a date to the water park. Only thing is, you don't want to go to that water park, but you're going to have to tell us why. So you're going to use your pad of paper to draw a word bubble that describes to your potential date why you don't want to go out with them. But you're going to have to use a word that is suggested by the audience. So I'm going to give each of you a different word, and using that word, you're going to have to craft a response as to why you don't want to go to the water park, and the audience is going to vote on which team did the best job. Make sense? All right, fantastic. So we're going to start with Brooke. Al, give a word for Brooke.
Skateboard.
Skateboard. All right, we'll give you a couple seconds to write that down. William?
Crocs.
Crocs is your word. All right, Ryan, your word is?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke is your word, Ryan. All right, Sierra, your word is?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. All right. Hobart, your word is?
Deck of cards.
Deck of cards. And Laura, your word is?
Delicious, delicious, truly hard seltzer.
Truly hard seltzer.
Oh,
It's almost as if it was... Right, make it count. It's the moment you've been waiting for. So we'll give each of you just a couple of seconds to come up with an idea, write it down on a piece of paper. And we are going to give you a few seconds, and then I'm going to, again, call you by name. You're going to give us your excuse.
Do you want a timer?
The cameras, everybody can see. No, I got my timer in front of me here. We got about 10 more seconds left. And we're going to start at the top of the order, too. So if you were last called, I'm going to give you a few extra seconds to catch up. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's pens down. And let's start at the top of the order again with Brooke. Brooke, what do you have for us? Why can't you go to the water park with me?
I got sucked into the video game Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and now I'm skateboarding.
Word. Makes so much sense. I got addicted to that as a kid as well. All right, William, what's your excuse? Why can't you go to the water park?
I just have, sorry, I don't date people who don't drive Crocs.
There you go. Smart enough. Usually it's the other way, but yeah. All right. Okay, awesome. Ryan, what is your excuse?
I'm sorry, I love to. It's just, it was my grandfather's dying wish that I find the beans they put in Diet Coke.
If only there was a game show that could have taught you about that. Ugh!
Public
All right.
school, y'all.
Let's go over to Sierra. Sierra, what's your excuse for why you can't go to the water park?
I can't go because I'm beating Shia LaBeouf.
Somebody had to.
He asked for
It's for a project. He's doing method. It's
This is not his
anyways.
ass, he plagiarized it.
He stole someone else's.
All right, Hobart, what's your excuse why you can't go on this date?
I didn't get to actually write the last word, so you have to imagine I'm holding a deck of cards.
Okay.
I can't go. I don't have the right suit.
Oh.
Well played. We gotta love wordplay. All right, and last but not least, Laura. Laura, what do you got for us?
I wrote, I am truly, and then this is you were too drunk to reset it. So I am truly too drunk off my truly hard cider to attend water park. I'm sorry. See you later? With a question mark?
And as we learned earlier, that's called benching. All right,
Yes.
so great job, both teams. But again, it's not up to me. It's up to our audience. So if you think that Blank City did the best job with their excuses, put a 1 in your chat box and click send. And for please make this, put a number 2 in the chat box and click send. Vote for the team that you think had the best excuses to get out of having to go to the water park. And we are going to count those votes up, and we're going to come back with a winner. The winning team will get another 300 points tacked onto their score. But for right now, as we count those, we have a very special treat. One of our fantastic writers here on the show, Rin Olsen, she's a bit of a wellness guru, and we understand that everybody who's been at home has probably been going through a tough time, and taking care of yourself is really important. So she's got a wonderful bit of advice for our audience at home. Please enjoy.
I know it's tough out there, The world is kind of a mess. I'm going to show you how to do a daily affirmation. What I like to do is get ready for bed, get myself a glass of wine. I already had one, but a second isn't going to hurt anything. Then, go ahead, take a look in your mirror, and get ready to be good to yourself. No. Okay, now, pour yourself a glass of wine. No. Now pour yourself a glass of wine. Oh, that's good. Oh no. No. Oh. And just wait a bit, you went all the way home. Oh. It's so hot. It's so hot. It's just do a video. I just wanted to do a video. Why is my wine gone? I hate this. Okay. Good job. Okay, good job. Okay. Okay.
It's really good for the soul. Well, welcome back, everybody. We hope that was helpful for all of you. And a big thank you to Rin Olson for teaching us all a little something about how to take care of ourselves. But right now, we're going to tally up those votes and see which team did the best job getting out of that water park date. And Al, who do we have for a winner?
That's going to be Blank City Nowhere.
All right, Blank City, congratulations. It's going to net you an extra 300 points. And looking at the point totals right now, and Al, back me up on this one, I have Blank City with 1,100.
Correct.
And I have Please Make This with 1,400.
You got it.
And it's a narrow lead because we're about to head into round 3, our last category of trivia, where the questions are all worth 300 points. Woo-hoo! Stealing gets you 150. It is literally anybody's game. Now, speaking of wellness, this might be a time, especially with everything that's going on pandemic-wise, where just the mere mention of coronavirus, the thought about being out in public, the fear of contracting the disease as you go about your day-to-day may cause severe anxiety. Or it might even be something that keeps you stuck inside, afraid to go about your day-to-day life. Well, good news. There's a name for it now, because psychologists have recently determined that coronaphobia is something that needs to be addressed in the public sphere, which makes sense because it is something that everybody has been living with day after day, and the anxiety is a real thing. Well, coronaphobia may be new-ish, but, you know, there are some other phobias that are also very serious and things that people have to deal with. So we're going to question our contestants on some other phobias to see if they know what really puts the fear into some people out there in a category that we're calling fear itself. So these are all...
Good category name.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Doesn't get you bonus points. Flattery will get you
no
extra
bonus
bonus points.
I don't want them. I don't want them. Take them back.
Okay.
You're gonna get them.
All right. Anyways, so these are all questions that have to do with phobias, very specific phobias, and pay attention to the questions. This first one goes over to Blank City. This is yours again for 300 points. Your question. Sufferers of latrophobia may be well aware of their condition, but unfortunately, this phobia makes it particularly difficult to get a diagnosis. What are latrophobics afraid of?
Give me a hint. I guess it's either like doctors, hospitals, or psychologists.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Let's break down the root word. Latra. What is that?
I have no idea. I immediately thought working your lats at the gym.
Well, it's Greek. I can tell you that, but I don't think it's going to help you in this situation.
It's all Greek to me.
All I needed to know.
You're only afraid of Greeks, Greek doctors. Okay. That's where we are.
I think it's some sort of doctor or guy.
Yeah, I was like, it's probably not staying home, but it's probably either if it's doctors, psychologists, or even hospitals that Yeah. Or maybe fear of diagnosis. That's I don't know.
Diagnoses themselves.
I'll give you a few more seconds, then I will need an answer from you.
Sure. Like psychologists, maybe? I thought that was good, Ryan. I don't know.
That feels. But I guess the Greeks have them now, but they have them back then when words were getting made.
Yeah.
Okay, I do need an answer from you.
What do you think, Brooke?
Go ahead.
Okay, fear of doctors.
Blank City, doctors is correct for 300 points.
Specifically Greek doctors, right?
Oh yeah.
I think it was originally Greek doctors.
Put a
but I'm
little
sure by
Windex
now
on
it's
it.
Why?
done, yeah. All right, over to Please Make This. This is yours for 300. If you want to know what somebody with trypanophobia is afraid of, just ask them. They really don't like it when you poke around. What are trypanophobics afraid of?
Isn't that the fear of little tiny holes?
I don't think so. Can you repeat the question?
Sure thing. If you want to know what someone with trypanophobia is afraid of, just ask them. They really don't like you poking around. What are trypanophobics afraid of?
Are you sure it's the whole thing? I thought that was.
I mean, it could be.
I just remember seeing it's such a sort of internet phenomena, the little hole thing.
Oh, then
I have no idea what it would be.
I don't know. This could be flambe all over again. I could be overthinking it.
It was Flame Bay.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Your masterwork that you came
Get
up
my
with.
get my fake term right, Hobart.
I am going to start using it.
Sierra, do you have any other ideas?
I feel like trypanophobia. They might not like you poking around. I feel like.
Oh, like a
We'll give-
fear, because
give
like
you a
trepanning
few more
is like the
seconds.
skull surgery. So it was like a fear of like brain surgery or fear of surgery.
Few more seconds, and I will need an answer from you.
I feel like we should go with your first.
Let's go with the first.
Yeah.
I'm not very sure about it, but we'll go with the
Well-
fear of tiny holes.
Fear of tiny holes? I'm sorry, is incorrect, which means Blank City, you can get 150
Sorry, guys.
points if you can tell me what a trypanophobic is afraid of.
I think it might be fear of needles.
Hobart, because trepanation is when they drill a hole in your head. So is it like needles or drilling, boring? These are oddly specific.
I'm also terrified of drilling and boring in my skull, but that's.
Person. Do you want us to roll with needles? I'm fine with betting it all on needles.
Sure.
All right, fear of needles, maybe.
Final answer?
Final answer.
They do make tiny little holes, but needles is correct for 150 points.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay, Hobart. It's not your fault. It's the needles' fault for causing the fear.
And now I have the fear of needles.
It's the Greek. It's the fault of Greek and Latin. I think. That's
Yeah.
all this is.
What do they call
not
the
just
fear of
switching to
questions
English.
about needles?
That's for a different show. I haven't done that research yet. All right. Blank City, this one stays with you for 300 points. They may be fun to some and just annoying to others, but to a person with choleraphobia, they are absolutely no laughing matter. What are cholerophobics afraid of?
That sounds like clowns.
Great. I believe you 100%.
Final answer?
I'm gonna say clowns.
I'm clowning around.
Clowns is correct for 300 points. Great job. All right, over to Please Make This. Please make this your question. If you're a person who has a hard time getting ready in the morning, just be glad you're not someone with catoptrophobia. Even without bedhead, they still can't look at themselves. What are catoptrophobics afraid of?
Even without bedhead, they still can't look at themselves.
Mirrors?
Would it be mirrors? That's what I was thinking at first, but then he said even without
Could you-
bedhead.
Could you say the
Would you
first
like me to
part
read it again? Sure thing.
Yes.
If you're a person who has a hard time getting ready in the morning, just be glad you're not someone with catoptrophobia. Even without bedhead, they still can't look at themselves. What are catoptrophobics afraid of?
What if it's just a fear of hair?
Yeah.
Mm.
I feel like mirror might make more sense though.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Also, I don't know.
What do y'all think?
Well, because can't look at themselves, I feel like is a good giveaway.
Yeah.
Maybe?
I thought it was mirrors too, but now I'm overthinking it.
Well, you said it first, so I'm trusting you.
Catatrophobia.
Will be a few more seconds, then I'm going to need an answer.
Does it start with a C?
Yes. Catoptrophobia.
I feel good about your answer.
Yeah, I trust you, Sierra.
About mirrors or hair?
Mirrors.
Mirrors. We're going with
No
mirrors.
answer?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's, you know, this might have been the one answer that had something to do with hair that Sierra could get right, but it was mirrors. Mirrors is correct for 300 points.
Not pubic hair.
It would have been great
job,
if it was
Sierra.
the fear of pubic
It's a
hair.
fear of pubes. Fear
You
of
get
pubes.
into your pubic hair mirror.
Wait, why does that make it hard to get ready in the morning? What?
All right, I don't write these. All right.
You tried. Listen.
Last question of the category. This one goes over to Blank City for 300 points. We all know some pet names to call someone who's afraid of something, but call an electrophobic one of these and they'll be twice as scared. What is an electrophobic afraid of? That's ALEK trophobic.
Are they afraid of nicknames?
This is the concept. What are things you can call someone as a pet?
Can I hear it one more time, Chris?
Absolutely. We all know some pet names to call someone who's afraid of something, but call an electrophobic one of these and they'll be twice as scared. What is electrophobia the fear of?
Okay, so this is a galvanizing fake. But I think what if you call them honey, they'd be scared. So it's bees. It's fear of bees. Is my like gut guess. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be embarrassed.
Pet names who are afraid of something.
Well, like honey is a pet name.
But I thought it was like a pet, like scaredy cat, which makes you think.
Oh. William, what's the Greek word for cat? Quick.
Ooh, that's
Did you go down this Wikipedia hole last week too, or?
No, this was the Byzantine Empire week.
Oh, come on.
Byzantine Empire.
They didn't name a single sphere. What are they good for?
All right, a few more seconds, and then I do need an answer from you.
Cats or bees?
I just think it's a pet name of someone who's afraid of something. So if I were calling someone afraid of something, I'd be like, "Oh, you scaredy cat." So you're afraid of cats. That's my reasoning. So take it for what you will, and you can say final answer, Ryan.
All right. I'm gonna trust fear of cats.
Fear of cats, electrophobia. Brooke, I'm sorry, that is not the correct answer, which means please make this. You can get 150 points if you can name the fear.
Can we hear the question again?
Absolutely. We all know some pet names to call someone who's afraid of something, but call an electrophobic one of these and they'll be twice as scared. What is electrophobia the fear of?
It could be name call.
Could
It
it
could be just
possibly
name
be?
calling.
Yeah, could it be like a fear of nicknames? A fear of.
Yeah.
It's spelled really weird. I'm having it.
Because the other thing, I mean, well, I guess never mind. I was gonna say the other thing you call like so is like chicken.
A chicken. Yeah, that's what I said. Maybe it's chicken.
Fear of chicken, but why would that be electrophobia? That sounds so.
I don't know. I don't know anything about
Depends,
root
like
words.
Latin wise, I don't.
Okay, so we got chicken or we got nicknames. What do we think?
And you got a couple more seconds before I need an answer. So
Scary, you feel like it's chicken?
Yeah.
I feel like chicken. I'm with you,
Okay.
Sierra.
I trust you both.
final answer?
Yeah.
Chicken.
It's chicken for 150 points.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic job. That's the end of the category. And Al, I'm looking at the score right now.
Yeah, you know it. You're right.
And you know what this means.
I do, Chris.
Both teams have 1,850 points, which means it's time for a tiebreaker, y'all.
I don't even have a screen for that. It doesn't even happen.
What? This is how infrequently this happens. We don't even have a bumper to put up for this. All right, but I do have a question prepared for you that you're all going to answer. Here's how this is going to work. You're each going to get a piece of paper and a pen ready. I'm going to give you the question. The question has a number answer to it. All right, so you're going to do your best to write the answer that you think is correct. And then when everybody is set, I'm going to give you about 15 seconds to answer the question. You're going to show your answers up to the camera, and I'm going to tell you the correct answer. You can go over. It's a fairly big number. You can go over the number, but I'm going to take the closest answer to the correct number. Okay?
Shit.
So here is what I need you to write for me. According to the New York Times, what is the most recent number of new cases of novel coronavirus that were confirmed in the United States, the entire United States, as of the end of yesterday, February 22nd? So what is the number of new cases for the day as of yesterday, as reported by the New York Times?
Does that mean new cases that were
Just in that
just
one day.
One day.
Just
That
in one day.
Yep, in the one day ending yesterday, February 22nd. Do your best guesses. I'll give you about 15 seconds to write down. Don't think too hard. It's a big number.
Very exciting, Chris.
I know. I try to add some pressure to these.
No, this is just—it's the ties. It gets me.
I should say, whoever gets this question right, you're going to earn your team 200 points to go towards the final round. And just losing this doesn't lose the game necessarily, but just do your best to give your best answer. Okay, make sense?
Uh-huh.
Everybody's good? All right, everybody hold it up to the screen first, and then I'm going to announce the correct answer. A lot of you went way over, and a lot of you went way under. 3.3 million, I think, has got to take it. Right now, the correct answer was 59,462 cases. I see 45,000.
59 or 75.
And I see 75,000. And that means that the 45,000, Al, you're the math guy here.
I didn't hear what the actual answer was. Sorry.
The actual number is 59,462.
Yep. So 45 takes it.
So, Sierra, congratulations. You have just added an extra 200 points to please make this, which means you have the lead for now. But it also means that we're going to give Blank City one more chance to win the game in the final round.
Yay.
We just keep dragging the show out, man. This is good. It's good content. All right, here's how this works. Blank City, you are down, but you are not out. In front of me, I have 3 questions. Each one of them is a varying degree of difficulty with a varying amount of points. The easiest question, these are all very difficult questions, I should point out. The easiest question is worth 500 points. The medium question is worth 750 points. And the hardest question is worth 1,000 points. Now you can choose whichever question you would like, and I will give you that question. If you get it right, you'll get the points, which means you will take the lead and force Please Make This to answer one of the 2 remaining questions to take back the game. Okay? So, you have some decision making. Do you want to go for the 500, the 750, or the 1,000 point question? Keep in mind you only have a 200 point deficit right now.
Comrades, what are your thoughts?
Well, I don't really feel like betting on making them answer a harder question because our opponents are quite smart, and I respect them for that. So I don't really want to bet on them being unable to answer a question. So I feel like we should aim for one of the, not the 500-point one, but that's just me.
Sure. Medium or large.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should point out, if you take the medium question, you will force them to have to answer the hard question to win the game.
Okay.
I think.
I think that answered the question then. I think.
Taking me.
Let's
So you're
medium
going-
it.
Going for the medium question. All
Medium
right.
rare.
I go for
Blank City, this question is for 750 points, potentially the lead, and potentially the game. Are you ready?
You're ready.
All right. This one might come in handy to a resident David Bowie expert. As mentioned earlier, when Elon Musk fired his Tesla into the sun, he also sent along his David Bowie-themed mannequin Starman along for the ride. And in a fitting homage to the traveler, he also made sure the Tesla's radio was blasting out this song on repeat as it entered space. What was the song that was playing on Elon Musk's Tesla as it blasted into space?
Ryan, do you know?
Well, he's not a subtle man, or an original man, or a remotely smart man. Sorry, I'm going to spend all of our time talking about
Hate. Yeah. And we love that because we hate him too.
Of course,
We
he
hate
would.
him
My gut says it's Space Oddity. My gut says it is the Ground Control to Major Tom song. That's what
I
it is.
love it. The only other ones I know are Dancing in the Street and Fame. So
Yeah, I don't think it's the Goblin Dance. From
Yeah, I know.
Maverick, so
That would have been cool as hell.
That would have been
That would've
very
been
cool.
great.
Dance, magic dance.
Beautiful. Yeah, so I'm gonna bet it all on Space Oddity, Christopher.
Space Oddity is your final answer for the final question of the game.
I'm with May.
Ryan, I am so sorry, Blank City. It is not the correct answer. It was, in fact, one of my personal favorites. Life on Mars was the name of the David Bowie song that played as it hurtled towards the sun, which means you didn't get the question correct, which means you didn't get the points, which means you didn't get the win, which means that please make this. You are going to be our big winner for tonight's game, and congratulations. And please make this. We're going to get to you in just a quick second. But first, we just want to thank Blank City so much for coming on tonight. We really hope you had a great time tonight. You all were fantastic. So before we say goodbye to you, could you please let our audience know where they can find you, how they can follow you, tell us a little bit about your podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are an actual play podcast. So we play like role-playing tabletop games. However, we don't play Dungeons and Dragons. And we also don't play the same game more than one session at a time. We are sort of like a anthology show or ensemble, so we play different games set in the same place and tell like different weird stories in the same big weird world. And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Blank City Pod. We release episodes every other Thursday. Our most recent episode, our premiere episode, went up this past Thursday, so feel free to find that wherever you find your podcasts. Give us a listen and give us a rating that you feel we deserve.
Woo!
And be sure to send us your info too. We'll be sure to link that out on our show page so people can find you there as well. Well, thank you so much, Blank City, for coming on tonight, and great show, great job. But that moves us over to our big winners this evening, and I believe two-time winners now.
Two-time winners!
Please make this. Congratulations on your big win. And as we do every week, we don't like to send our winners home empty-handed. So here to present you with your very fabulous prize for winning this evening. Welcome back. Please welcome back immunocompromised Carl, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he's back.
I missed you so much, Carl.
The real hero of the show.
Oh my word, it's just been such a pleasure. Well, tonight you're going to go home with a spectacular prize. You get this beautiful hair scalp massager and shampoo brush to make bubbles with while you're showering and cleaning yourself. Oh, what a day.
Oh, what a day indeed, immunocompromised Carl. All right, well, thank you so much, Carl, and we will see you soon, hopefully. But for now, please make this. Enjoy your prize, enjoy your win, and where can our audience find you when they want to come see you next?
Please find us on iTunes and Spotify. We're about to start some new episodes up very, very soon, and we are very excited to release them, so we hope you join us.
Fantastic. And as always, thank you so much for coming on tonight. You guys have a hilarious podcast. Love having you guys on the show. So thank you again to both teams, and thank you to our audience at home. We hope you had a great time watching the show. If you would like to see more of us, we are here every single Tuesday night, same time, new teams, new characters, all new material. You can also find us on our website, quarantinethegameshow.com, where you can find links to all of our social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and the like. But for now, we're going to wrap it up tonight the same way we do every week. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay sane, and take care of each other. Have a great evening.
Woo!
We go out as the gay man.
Silent and waving so nobody can see.
I live my life, man. Wave like nobody's watching.
Wave like nobody's watching.
No.
Well, not right now.
Fantastic, yo. That was great.
Over